Hello, hello. I'm back. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Hopefully, Christina will be able to join us. All right. So I think she's in. Hello. I love that sound.
Yes, start video.
There you go. Yay!
Good.
Made it. She made it.
Finally, it was a struggle. Oh my God.
Well, see, there's a first time for everything, and
Yes,
I'm glad you made an effort
yes.
to learn something new. Bravo, good girl. Now, okay, so if you want to fix your angle, because I think you're looking down, I want to see you looking in front of the camera. I want to see your beautiful face because I see a lot of the ceiling above your head. If you can adjust it. Yeah.
You want to see my face closer?
Yes, that's fine. That's perfect. That's perfect right there. That's perfect. But I want to see your beautiful eyes. So, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Now that it work, I feel much better. I
We'll
had a
see.
long day.
I know.
Yeah.
See, this is the reason why I prefer Zoom over Instagram because Zoom looks more professional.
Yes.
And I prefer that frame side by side instead of top bottom, you know. And also with Instagram, you cannot save the conversation, the chat.
Yes.
Whereas with Zoom, it's better. So, but I'm happy that you're able to make it. You are, oh my God, you look very exotic. You have like
Yes.
a you're like a very you're more Spanish because I know your mother is Spanish, right?
My mom is from the Canary Islands, from Spain, and my father is from Iran. So I'm half Spanish and half Persian.
Ooh, that's a beautiful combination. That's a beautiful
Yes.
combination. Now, so where were you born?
I was born in the Canary Islands in Gran Canaria. Do you know the islands?
Yes, of
Yes,
course, of course.
because some people don't know them. But
Yeah.
these are the Canary Islands from Spain. I was born there till I was 14. And then I moved to Germany with my mom and my sister. And from there, I just didn't stop traveling and adapting. And yeah, till I came to the Netherlands. I live in England as well for 2 years and a half. And now I'm here in the Netherlands for almost 4 years now.
So are you a Dutch citizen already?
Yeah. I'm well. Yeah, I would say I'm Dutch citizen. Yes.
So you only have one citizenship. Do you hold other
No.
citizenships?
The main one is Spanish citizenship. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the main one. And because it's from Europe, that's the only one I need. I also have Persian citizenship because back then I went to Iran in 2008 with my father, and he wanted me to have Persian citizenship as well. So I do have it as well.
So you have three citizenships.
No, two. Like
Two.
with the one I have from Spain, it's enough to live in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's officially you're Dutch and Iranian citizen.
yeah.
Okay. So how many languages do you speak?
I speak 5 languages. Well, I would say 4 languages fluently. Of course, the first one is Spanish, English, German, and Portuguese. I would say these 4 languages are the strongest languages for me. Yeah,
But your native language is Spanish,
yeah.
I
That's
would
my
assume.
mom. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. So uh so you've been living in the Netherlands for 4 years. How is Dutch culture different from Spanish culture?
Well, I think there are a lot of differences, especially I noticed since the first moment I left the Canary Islands. I first experienced living in Germany. So there is I wouldn't say a cultural shock, but you
Uh-huh.
can tell the difference. Like, for example, in Spain, we are more warm, more family oriented.
You
And
you're more
here,
you're more affectionate.
yeah, and in the
Yes.
Netherlands or in countries like in Germany, they're also great, but they have more like this individualistic culture, which is also good because people are very hard, like what they work very hard, they are focused, you know.
Hmm.
So I think I have both. I have learned the best of both countries, you know, the loving part from the Canary Islands, but also the hard work part of countries like the Netherlands or Germany. So
Hmm.
both they have something.
So which culture do you prefer?
That's very hard to choose. I don't know. The thing is, of course, I love the Canary Islands. I love my people. I love my food and going home and be with my family. But I live since almost like 11 years. I don't live there anymore. So I'm used to big cities. I meet people. I make connections. So I also love the environment here.
Hmm.
But maybe one day when I'm old, I would like to go back home to have some peace. But right
Sure.
now, I think my life is here, you
Hmm.
know? So I think I prefer right now to be here. But if you make me choose between both, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
something that I'm trying to figure out since
Yeah.
I'm a little girl. Yeah, it's very hard to choose something.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think it's very hard because there's so many like wonderful things about the Netherlands. Like, Dutch culture is very rich, it's very you enjoy a lot of freedom. You can do whatever you want in the Netherlands, right? But also in Spain, the Canary Islands, again, you have very warm people, very open, very tolerant, and they love to hug and kiss each other.
Yeah, that's something I had to learn. For example, in Spain, we always give two kisses, and
Yeah,
here in the Netherlands, people are more like, "Oh,
they
I
don't.
will, I
Yeah.
will give you the hand.
Yeah, don't touch me.
Don't touch me."
I'm allergic to hugs, okay? Please don't
Yeah.
kiss me.
So of course, um, there are things that I need to learn. For example, Germans are very organized at everything. If they
Yeah,
say you have to come at 8, you better come at 8. And in Spain, it's like, yeah, we'll meet at 6, but everyone comes 2 hours later, and then they are, I don't know, till 12 midnight. They are chilling and talking, you know. That's one thing about Spain is that they love to enjoy life,
right, right.
you
Yeah,
know. And this is like in countries like in Germany or in the Netherlands, people are working from Monday till Friday and go like just work and go back and that's it. But in Spain, you work of course, but then at 5 your neighbors are coming over, you have a cup of coffee, you are enjoying life, and then you are talking hours and hours. Like every time my mom and her best friend meet, they can be talking like 5 hours and they know each other for 50 years, you know, but they always have something to say.
right. Exactly. I totally, totally agree because you know, I know in Spain when people have lunch, they spend an average of 2 hours for lunch. And usually businesses in Madrid and Spain are closed for like 2 hours because everybody's enjoying lunch. And that's why most businesses in Spain are open very late, till 8, till 10 o'clock PM at what, you know. And also the Spanish love siesta.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I'm the only Spanish woman that doesn't take any siesta.
Really?
I don't take it, but for me, I always had problems to sleep my whole life. My mom, she always thought, oh, I put her to sleep, but my eyes were always like deep inside were open. And then I was the only one in the house who was always like, you know, ready because I don't know, I used to love the night. So I was like the night girl. Everyone used to go to sleep, but I was always awake. So
Yes.
I think I don't take siestas. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know they do. They take it easy and relax, and then they need they their time, I would say.
Yeah, when you mentioned earlier that the Spaniards, both the Dutch and the Germans and the Spaniards work. But the Spanish philosophy of life is that you work to live, whereas in other
Exactly.
cultures, they live to work. Like in America, where I live, Americans basically live to work, um,
Exactly.
which needs to change. I prefer the Spanish way of life, actually. You know,
Yes.
there's no sense of, I mean, it's important to have a sense of time, but if you're constantly looking at your watch, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I have to go back to work. Oh, it's 4 o'clock, I have to prepare dinner. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Everything is based on time. So sometimes there are days, maybe in the Canary Islands is the perfect spot for vacation,
Oh
where you
yeah,
get to work.
it is. Everyone is going there for vacation, for sure. It's beautiful. You have everything you need. You have mountains, you have beautiful beaches, you have amazing food, kind people. If you want to party, you can party as well. People dancing in the streets. It's a paradise. Really.
That's
It's a beautiful
wonderful.
island. Yeah, if
Yes.
you have the chance to go, I would recommend. It's beautiful.
Well, it's not that far from the Netherlands. How long
No,
is it if
five,
you
uh,
fly
like 5 hours, 5, 6 hours.
by
Yeah,
plane? Okay,
yeah,
that's not too bad. Or
yeah.
you can also take the boat, right?
The what?
The you can take the ferry or the boat, the
To
ship
go to the Canary Islands?
from
It's
Amsterdam.
no, I
It'll
think
probably take
no.
long.
No, I never heard someone going to Gran Canaria with a ferry, no. But
A boat, a large a cruise, a cruise line.
I think yes, it could be possible. Yes, I never tried in my life, but I think it's possible. Yes.
All right. Well, that's good. You know, the more I look at your face, the more you remind me of Madonna's daughter, Lourdes.
Oh my God, really? I
Yeah,
never.
you kind of look alike, like in a way. You could be sisters. Yeah, because you have the same dark hair, dark eyes, complexion, and whatnot. Like you have olive skin, which is like very, very Spaniard. Yeah. And I actually love this photo of yours right there. And
That
also
one,
and also
yeah.
this one, the portrait.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
I like that. I really
Yeah,
do.
the first one with my hair straight, I barely don't have my straight hair. But for that shooting, I was like, let me try something different. But yes, I think it's very nice.
Yeah. Well, fun fact, you told me that your mother competed in Miss Spain 1993, which was won by Eugenia Santana. And
Yes.
Eugenia went to compete in Miss Universe 1993, where she made the top 10. Tell us about your mother's experience. Her name is Angelica.
Angelica Maria, yeah.
Yeah. So, how was her experience like in competing in Miss
Well,
Spain?
my mom, I would say she was an amazing, beautiful, strong woman. And I don't know how, but back then in the past, we didn't have social media. So everything was different.
Yeah.
In order for you to go to the final to Miss Spain, you have to go to different provinces, and then you have maybe you're gonna represent one province in that little island, and then you go through different castings. So all the castings that she went through, she all passed it. And my mom, she was announced as Miss Elegance, and back then Miss Elegance was a big title, because
Hmm.
if you become Miss Elegance, it means that you probably will become Miss Spain.
You're right.
But what happened, I think now it has changed a little bit, but in the past, there was like also a dark side of pageantry, I
Hmm.
would say. And for some life circumstances, my mom fell also in love, then she just decided to stop, and she didn't continue anymore. And then I was born a few years later, and everything has changed. But also my aunties, they were also in pageantry. And for me, pageantry, I'm also from the Canary Islands. So it's something very common, like Spanish woman and
Right. Yeah.
pageantry. We also love to celebrate Carnival, so we have the queen of Carnival. So we love to celebrate. And for me, it was something I always wanted to do because I I will just look at my mom's pictures and she was so beautiful, curly hair, like amazing body. And I was like, Mom, one day I just want to be like you. Like I always had that whole picture. And I said so many times. And then, yeah, of course, we moved to Germany and then I live in England. And now here, like, I didn't really know how to start till I just moved here. And then I met someone, which is, yeah, basically he's a personal trainer of the organization.
Mhm.
His name is Brian. And then we were like training, and he was like, why don't you join pageantry, like Miss Grand this year? And I was like, I'm not sure if I can join because I'm not like Dutch, you know?
Already? Okay.
And then he was like, I think you can because you are Europe citizen, you know, as long you are from Europe, you can still
Oh,
apply.
okay.
And then I just applied. I got the chance. I went through the interviews and all the things we have to go through. And now I'm Miss Grand Holland 2025. But this is, I think I would call it manifestation because this is something I always wanted to do. And just it came to me in the right moment and I just
Mhm.
took the opportunity.
That's wonderful. But why did you choose Miss Grand instead of like Miss Universe Netherlands or Miss World? Why Miss Grand?
I would say first because it was the first one I got introduced to. And then I did my research, of course, and then I saw the story behind it. And Miss Grant really goes against war and violence and using your voice. And I have also an educational background. I am a primary school teacher. I have been into education for 5 years already. I have worked with children that are, yeah, they have been displaced by war, or women that had to leave their homes, or that are refugees and they need to start over. And also, as I say, like I did not experience war, but I'm from the Canary Islands, and my mom moved to Germany for a better life, for a better future, to give us a better education. And for me, of course, it was the best she could give me. But I saw her working very hard. She had to learn German as well. She faced discrimination because, yeah, her German back then was also not like perfect enough, and people
Right. Especially for
was,
foreigners.
yeah, like
Mhm.
language barriers, you know. So it's very hard when you leave your home, your family, and you have to start over in a new country. So I would say that all the things I have now are thanks to her. I always say how grateful I am for her because only because of that I'm here. Otherwise, it will not happen. I would have been in the same place. I would have not speak so many languages, and I will not have this interview with you right now.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, the fact that you have very diverse background, uh, inspired you to create your platform, which is third
cool.
culture,
Third
third
culture connect. Yeah,
third culture. Yes, yes. Um, Tell us more about your project about third culture.
yeah. Third culture kids are children that hold more than two nationalities, that always had to adapt themselves and learn new languages, or just like me, that I live in 4 countries already. And of course, if I say to you, it sounds easy, but when you are a child and you have to constantly adapt, you face some challenge. I went to school. I was 14 years when I moved to Germany. The only language that I was able to speak was Spanish. So I
Hmm.
had to learn German in high school. I knew I wanted to study education, and to study education, you need to go to university. And before going to university, you need your A levels, which is the highest degree to enter, you know, to university. Let's say like that. I don't know how it works in America, but I think you understand. So I went to high
Yes.
school, I did my A-levels. The German system is also very hard, very strict. And I
Mm,
had teachers telling me, yeah, maybe you should do something easier, like a course, but I don't think university is going to be for you because your German, my German back then was not perfect enough. And when I first moved to Germany, they didn't allow me to go to a normal school. They sent me to a refugee class at first because my
okay.
German was not good enough. I will
Okay.
I will call it like the welcome class. In that
Hmm.
welcome class, I well, for me it was the hardest part because I faced a lot of discrimination. I had this teacher that would tell me that I should stay in that welcome class till my German was perfect, and she didn't wanted me to go to high school. But then I had a teacher who believed in me and said, no, Cristina is gonna go to normal classes. It's gonna be hard in the beginning, but once she's in the normal class and she's with German people, she's gonna get used to it.
Right.
And this is what happened. Like I just, of course, it was hard. I needed to go back home and highlight all the words and learn all these articles and all these words.
Oh
I
God.
had to work harder, but it just worked. And within 3 months, I spoke the language fluently, perfectly. And I mean, I
Yeah.
have my A levels now. And the funny part is that back then I couldn't even speak English, and now I'm studying in English, you know?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I realized how gifted and talented I am when it comes to learning languages.
I
Same
think
with
you are. Yeah.
same with Portuguese. Like I just learned Portuguese by hearing people, by talking with them. And in
Okay.
within few months, I also spoke the language fluently. So I don't know. I think with these children, I will just tell them that it really doesn't matter how far you are from home. Home is in you.
Home is in the
And
heart. Yeah.
home is in you, which
Hmm.
it was something for me. It was hard for me to identify. Also, back then, like as I say, I'm half Persian. So my surname is Campranfar. This is not a Spanish surname. So when I used to go to school and the teachers would say my surname aloud, the students will laugh and be like, ah, Campranfar, this is a weird surname. And of course, you can tell that I'm mixed. Like, of course, you can tell I'm Spanish, but there is something. Like, you can tell there is something, and
Well, you
I,
can you can pass you can pass that for a Persian princess with that
yes,
look. Yeah. You can be
and
anybody. Yeah.
yes, and for me, it was also hard to really identify myself, to know where do I belong, who am I, and I think through social emotional learning, children can get to know themselves and really understand who they are.
Hmm.
But social emotional learning plays everything in education.
Right.
Lately, is something that educators are talking a lot. But yeah, like in the past, maybe like in your years, we didn't know anything about therapy or social emotional learning. Like people were like, oh, what's this? This is something in your head, But I believe that our last generations, they can pass unhealed pain, and if we don't heal what we have inside, we cannot heal when we grow up, and
Totally true.
yeah, so when I work with children, I try to make them believe who they are, to love where they are from. That doesn't matter where you are from, your background, how many languages you speak, or if you face language barriers, it does not matter, because you are special the way you are. So this is why I
Well,
create
yeah.
this platform. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as long as you're a good person, it really doesn't matter what your background is,
Yeah, of
because there's good and bad people in every culture. And I think the fact that you speak more than three or four languages, I think is a big blessing. Is a big advantage because you have a bigger understanding of the world because you know so many cultures. A lot of people would be jealous of you of all the languages that you speak and all the cultures that you know. You know, like Americans only speak one language, English, okay? So I'm like, we would love to speak more than one language, but I think it's time that we really need to appreciate other cultures besides American culture. So I'm glad that you established this project, and I think more people, please check. I'm gonna put the link to your Instagram account and also to your project so people can follow can follow you and appreciate your work. Now, before we continue, I want to acknowledge people who are watching the show. Taib from New York. Hi, Rafa. Greetings from New York. Hi, how are you? He says, your guest is beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful, isn't she?
Thank you.
uh, we have somebody from India watching. Greetings from India. Hi, Tweety. And then Marvin wants to know, when is Miss Grand Netherlands? I think it's in June 15th, correct?
You got it.
The
June
finals is in
15th.
June
Yes.
15th. Yeah. So it's quickly approaching. Now, Christina, how would your friends describe you in 3 words?
I think they would say I am a very caring person, ambitious and strong.
Ooh, I love kind, ambitious, and strong. Um,
Yeah.
3 amazing qualities that every beauty queen should have. And I think the Miss Grand International people will love you for having those 3 qualities. So that's great. Now, okay, as a Spanish girl, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh my God. I love to dance. I love to go for dinner, eat nice food, and I love to be with my family. I think that's also very fun.
Now, do you like to dance?
I love to dance. I love, especially, well, it depends which dance, but I love when my family is together and we play some bachata or some salsa when the family is together. So I think that's my goal for it.
Can you dance flamenco?
Oh my God, a little bit, not that much, but in the Canary Islands, that's not that common. That's more common in
On the
like
mainland?
cities like Malaga or Sevilla. It's very common.
Oh,
But in the Canary
yeah.
Islands, we have another typical dance from the Canary Islands. Yes.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that at all. Now, name 3 things that you would never eat, even if they paid you a lot of money. You still would never eat.
I will not eat like any weird animal like dogs or
Oh, you mean pets? You wouldn't eat pets?
no, I will not eat that. Or like I don't know why I don't like lentils.
What?
I don't like lentils.
Lettuce.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why? They're very healthy.
No, not lettuce, lentils.
Oh, lentils.
Yes.
Oh, but they're so rich with protein. They're very healthy for you too.
I know, but I don't like them.
All right, that's fine.
And something else I will not eat, it will be, how do you call that? Oh my God, I forgot the name. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people like it, but it's the brie cheese. A lot of people like it, but I just can't eat it.
What is it? Cheese?
Brie,
Oh,
brie cheese.
brie.
It's a
Cheese.
French cheese. Yes.
Okay. Oh, because the smell? Does it smell very
Yes, for
strong?
me it's like too strong.
So you have to like pinch your nose before you eat it.
Yes, it's too hard.
Oh, that's funny. Now, we all have our own personal style, Christina. How would you describe your personal style?
I would say classy, but also extravagant. I like the combination of both.
Classy and extravagant? So
Yes.
you like wearing extravagant clothes.
Depends on the occasion, but I love, for example, you can see a red lipstick and I don't know, curly hair and a nice eyeshadow. So I
Yeah.
love to be extra, but also classy at the same time.
Yeah. Well, you do have big hair because Miss Grand International prefers girls with big hair. So
Yeah,
the bigger your hair is, the bigger your chance of winning Miss Grand.
yeah. Let's hope. It's hard work to keep this hair, but yes.
Um, okay, so you've been to different countries. Where is the most beautiful place that you've been to, that you've traveled to?
I've been to
Don't
Brazil.
don't okay, don't say Canary Islands because
Oh no.
something else besides
Yeah,
Canary
I
Islands.
went to Brazil, Bahia.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It reminds me to home as well. The people are so kind. It's a beautiful like country. Like to go to Brazil, Bahia. I went to several islands there. Really, it's a paradise. I would recommend.
Was that your first time to go there?
Yeah, I went last year. Yes, it was
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah. I've never been to Brazil. I've heard a lot of good things. It's a big country. Also, they have very diverse cultures. So yeah, but I need to practice my Portuguese because I studied Portuguese many years ago, but I forgot most of it. So I need to review my Portuguese. Now, what is something you regret? Do you have any regrets so
I am
far?
someone that doesn't I don't try to think, oh, why did it like that way. I try to move forward. The only thing I will regret is to overthink too much, to tell to myself, you will make it, don't stress too much. Because back then I used to overthink too much for little things that somehow they will happen, because now with almost 25 years old. My birthday is going to be 4th of June, by the way.
What? In 4 days, your birthday?
No, 4th of June.
Oh,
So,
June 4th. Oh, yeah, that's not too
yeah.
far.
So now as a almost 25 years old woman, I will just tell to myself to not overthink too much, even though I still do. But yeah, like do not stress too much. Like what is for you is gonna come to you anyways.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I regret not joining pageantry before. Yeah.
Exactly. Good thing that you're joining now because you don't want to look back in the future and I mean, look back in the past and said, "Oh shoot, I should have joined Miss Grand Netherlands," but it's too late, you know.
But
So,
I want to add something, you know, maybe it just happened now because now I'm mentally, physically prepared. Because 5 years ago, I was not prepared,
mhm.
to have strong conversations, to have this confidence. I was not. So maybe life wanted this Cristina to just get to this point, to be ready to stand up for herself. So that's why things happen when they need to happen. That's my motto.
I think it's a good motto. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up for sure. Now, we all have fears. What is your biggest fear?
Yeah, as I said, I am a very family oriented person. Even though my mom and my family are far from me, because my mom lives in Germany and I live in the Netherlands, I don't like to be alone. I hate it. I always need people around me. I I don't know. My biggest fear would be that, yeah, just to feel lonely, which I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I need love in my life, and the feeling of not having anyone to call or hug, or I don't know. I'm just a physical person. I need people around me.
You need you need physical contact with people. Yeah,
Yes.
interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good for you. Now, here's a fun question. Who are three celebrities that you admire?
I love Beyonce. I think she's a very strong woman,
Uh-huh.
I love Rihanna because she showed to everyone that through music you can make a business. So she's not only an
True.
artist, she's a businesswoman.
Hmm.
And of course, I love Shakira.
Shakira, Shakira, woo! Hips
And
don't lie, baby.
I love Shakira, honestly. And also since she's not with her partner anymore together. She has proved that how much a woman can do with or without men.
Right.
And it's like she's shining again. And I love that about her.
Well, do you like Maluma?
Of course, I love Maluma. Yes. And
He is so cute, isn't he?
he is.
He is hot,
But I
yes.
also love Raul Alejandro. I'm going to his concert soon.
Oh yeah? Cool.
Yes.
Cool. That should be really, really very exciting. That's
Well, I
wonderful.
also love Romeo Santos, but you asked me about artists that are influential. That's why I didn't say those ones, but I love Romeo Santos. I grew up with his music.
Okay. So he sings primarily in Spanish?
Sorry?
He sings in Spanish?
Romeo Santos?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
bachata type of artist. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a French artist, singer who is of Basque heritage. His name is Kenji Girac. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he has a beautiful voice. He's probably your age, like 24, 25, but he has a beautiful voice. So Kenji Girac, I think is his name. Anyway, let's move on. Now, Cristina, if you could be great at one thing, what would it be and why?
If I could be great at one thing,
Yes.
something that I'm not great right now.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to be able to sing. I mean,
Oh, you
I
don't
think that would.
sing?
No, I don't sing.
You
But that
you
would,
and I, you and I can sing. I
yeah.
can't sing either.
But I think it would be an amazing superpower to
Yes.
express my feelings through music. I play piano. It's my way to express my desire to music. But if I could sing, that would be wow, everything. I love to write and play piano a lot, but I would say just that.
Okay. All right. We all love to sing. Whew.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next life, God will give us the ability to sing with beautiful voice.
Yeah, well, maybe God just gave me some qualities this time. You cannot have everything at once.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. Sometimes you really have to work hard for it if you really want it.
that's
But,
true.
if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
It's
So,
not meant to be, no.
so here's a good one. What advice would you give a 13-year-old Cristina? So you're like, Cristina, 13 years old. What kind of advice would you give her?
I would tell her to watch out. Not everyone around you has the same intentions as you have. I used to be very naive and trust everyone. And I had to learn sometimes the hard way. But of course, those experiences make me the woman I am today. So again, it is part of the development. And I will tell her to, just be herself, be kind, stay humble, like always. But yeah, to take care of which type of friendships you have, because the Cristina from the past didn't have good relationships as well, and she had to learn that not everyone is good. So she needed to learn the differences as well.
Right?
But other than I think that the 13-year-old Cristina is very proud of the 25-year-old Cristina now, because yeah, she's the woman she always wanted to be. Yes, so she's studying, she's doing pageantry, she learned all the languages she once thought she would not be able to speak, so she's doing fine. So things are working out. Yeah.
That's good. It's a very positive outlook in life, which is great.
Yes.
Christina, what would you do if you were invisible for one day?
If I would be invisible for one day, I think I would just go to a nice cafe and sit without talking to anyone, take a random book.
Well, they can't talk to you because you're invisible.
No, they can talk to me. That's why I would just be sitting and chilling and enjoying my own company and just observing what people are doing. Yes.
Okay, all right, that's good. Now, when you're having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better?
Well, I like to go to the gym.
Okay, workout.
I like to work out. I didn't mention to you, I think, but I am professional judoka. I used to do judo my whole life.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, when I used to live in Spain till 2014, I went to the nationals and I became first I had the first master in the Canary Islands, and from there I went to Spain to, compete internationally, and then I had the third place. So I'm a very good judoka. So back then in the past, this was my way of getting out of all of the bad energy in me. I love to fight, but I do it now with gym or of course calling my mom. Yes. Yes.
So, so you can defend yourself if somebody tries to attack you.
Yes, I think I can. I think I can. Well, I don't know how strong the person would be, but I'm strong. I might not look like I'm strong, but I'm very strong. I have a very strong body, I would say.
Good. Well, as long as you know how to you know the three weakest parts of a man's body. Do you know what they are?
Yes. Yes.
The eyes, you can always poke them in the eyes, the throat, and down below, the crotch.
Yes, of course.
It's easy, just kick them. Ah!
And then run away.
And you
Yeah.
run away as quickly as you
Yeah.
can.
But it also taught me a lot of discipline. I think the discipline I learned with the judo, it helped me a lot emotionally, mentally, physically. Also, all of this discipline I'm just taking now into consideration because I remember working very hard. Like I used to train from Monday till Friday, 2 hours, and my trainer was like very strict, like going stairs up and down. I used to balance the weight. So when you compete, I was back then under 42 kilos. I was 14 years old.
Okay. How many pounds is that?
42 kilos? Well, I don't know how it works in
I
America.
wouldn't know because we use the American system. Okay, go
Well,
ahead.
I'm not sure, but you need to keep your weight.
Okay.
You cannot go lower or higher because you need to compete in a weight. So
Okay.
I
Us.
remember always being there and working hard and you know and the teamwork as well. So all of these things they help me to have discipline, which is something very important.
Discipline exactly is so important, especially if you want to achieve something. You have to really work hard and focus your energy on that specific goal that you want to achieve. Now, Cristina, okay, do you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I have a Brazilian boyfriend. We are 3 years together.
Do you think you and he will eventually get married?
I mean, I'm ready whenever
You
he asks
ready?
me. If he sees this interview, he better understand that he needs to ask me. I'm waiting.
All right. So tell me, what are the qualities about him that attracted you?
I think, well, that's funny because he's in the living room right now.
Oh, is he?
But I think he's a very ambitious person. He motivates me a lot, supports me, and these are things that are very important for me to have someone that supports me in my journey and yeah, motivates me mentally and emotionally. So for me, he's perfect the way he is.
So this is the reason why you're learning Portuguese because of him.
Well, it's not that I mean we speak English, but when I meet his family, they can only speak Portuguese. So of
Oh,
course,
okay.
yeah, that's the reason why I speak Portuguese. Actually, yes, you got me. I didn't want to say, but you know the answer.
Good. Christina, name three pieces of clothing that you cannot live without. Not including underwear, because we all wear them.
Yeah, of course, like skinny jeans.
What?
I love skinny jeans.
Oh, skinny jeans. Okay.
Skinny jeans. I need comfy tops for
Okay.
for my daily, and I need dresses.
Of
I love
course.
to wear dresses. Yeah.
Yes. You're that very girly type of person, right? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So you don't leave your apartment without makeup. You always have to have a makeup.
No, actually, I'm very like natural. I don't wear that type of makeup when I go to work. Usually, I have little makeup, maybe a little bit of concealer and gloss, because I already have big expressions, so I don't really put so much makeup. I don't think it's needed unless it's gonna be something special like today on a shooting or work. But that's it. On my daily basic, I don't wear that much makeup.
All right. Fair enough. Christina, if your life were a book, what would the title be?
I love this question. Little girl with dreams become woman with vision.
Little girl with dreams become a woman,
Little girls with dreams become woman with vision.
become woman with passion,
Vision.
with vision. Ooh,
Vision. Yeah.
I love that. That I would go buy that book if that's out right away. Definitely. All
Big,
right.
like, yes, a fact about me, I used to write books since I was a little girl. I had a
You're a writer,
notebook.
yeah.
Yeah, like till today. That's funny. I have this notebook with me. I
Okay.
always write anything that comes into my mind.
It's like a journal.
Yeah, it is, but also I create random stories that come into my head. I'm very creative. I have a creative mind, so I love to write.
That's wonderful. That's one. I think more people should write, should have a diary or a journal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my therapy. Especially, I have a strong connection with God. So, for example, when I want to talk with someone and I don't have anyone, in my personal diary, I would say, "Dear God, I know today was hard, but I believe." I always talk to God. That's my goal for when I don't feel good as well.
See, I don't think if you continue doing that, you'll never be lonely.
No, I believe that once you found your faith and you know that it doesn't matter what, God has your back. You are here because you are blessed and you have your own journey to follow. I think you will be fine. And I think a lot of people lose their minds with bad things, but you need to just be a good person, keep your faith strong. Like, you don't need to be the most perfect human being, because otherwise we will not be here in this earth. But
Yes.
just be a kind person, be nice, and treat
That's
people the same way you want to be treated. But that's only
exactly. Yeah. I
yeah,
totally that's the golden rule. That is
yeah,
the
but
golden
that
rule.
this is my faith. But it doesn't matter which approach you follow, if you believe or not. For me, the most important is that you are a good person. It doesn't matter what you believe or not, but just be a nice person.
Totally agree. Well, speaking of beliefs, what belief do you have that most people disagree with?
I will not say that they disagree, but I grew up in a Catholic family. I did my communion, that's how you
First,
say,
your communion, first communion?
first communion and the confirmation. I
Mhm.
did all the approaches. I even went to Poland to visit the Papa when I was
Oh,
14 years old. Yes.
nice.
But again, like, this is the faith I grew up with my grandparents going to church every Sunday, which is also beautiful. But I also have friends that are Muslim or friends that don't believe. So any religion for me is respected. And something I have noticed, because I also have a minor in intercultural understanding and religion,
Hmm.
I noticed that when you really do your research in religions, you really find out that they all have a connection. So, for example, when you listen to the Islam talks very good about women. Women are being respected. You need to be kind to them. They need to be treated like treasure, you know. They also talk about being a good person, be kind and respectful. So somehow there is also a connection between cultures, and the most important message is that you need to be a good person. So it really doesn't matter which religion you follow, in my opinion. Of course, there are people that are very
That's
strict.
debatable.
Yeah,
Christina, that's debatable.
yeah. There are people that are gonna be like very strict, and they're gonna be like, no, this is not good, this is you know, I don't like that. I think everyone should be respected. You
Yeah.
can have your opinion, but when someone is passionate about something, you should let the person believe what they want to believe.
Yeah, as long as they don't kill other people for their
Of
beliefs.
course,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that's not
Or they mistreat other people just because they don't
that's
share the
not
same
for
thing.
me. Any religion that tells you that you have to damage or kill someone is not a religion. That's something else that bad influence have created. But that's not a religion, in my opinion.
Mhm. All right. Good one. Now, Christina, do you think life is easier for women than for men?
You know, it really depends where you are. But I mean, if we talk about women living in countries like Afghanistan, of course, for them, it's gonna be harder than for men because men have the authority over women, you know, or in Iran as well. In Iran, you cannot go out if you don't have a man next to you.
Right.
Like, you know, so I would say men in countries like that, they have the authority. But I mean, for example, in Germany or the Netherlands, where rights are almost equal, people used to think that, yeah, women have it harder, but I think men have it harder too because, you know, they say, yeah, men don't cry, men have to be strong, men need to make it like they need to be successful, they need to impress, you know. And it's also hard for men to don't show their feelings as well. And I think it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, it needs to be equal somehow, you know. So I think men in that sense they have it harder as well than women because they need to have that sense of being strong all the time, and people cannot tell them, oh, you cannot be strong, like you
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I understand because the traditionally the world expects men to be stronger than women, that men should provide for women and children and vice versa, not the other way around. So I can understand that. So it's very hard for men to express their emotions when they feel sad, when they feel lonely, when they feel depressed, and usually they all end up committing suicide. They kill themselves because they feel that the rest of the world are against them or they don't understand how they feel. So yeah, in a way, life for men is harder from an emotional and psychological perspective. Totally, yeah, because we expect them to be stronger, but that should
Yeah,
change, right? That needs to change. That mentality needs to change.
yes, that's why I would say that for them it can be harder.
Yeah.
Women, I mean, only part is that men nowadays still make more money than women. The salary is still not equal. But
Well,
other than that,
it depends on the job. It depends on
yeah,
the job because there's certain jobs that women are much better in doing than men and vice versa. Like you don't see a lot of women in the construction business. You don't see a
yeah,
lot
of
of you don't
course.
see a lot of men in the caretaking business, like
Yeah,
nurses. I mean, that's
or
very rare.
teaching,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's why there's a little disparity. But I think if you're a man and if you want to be a nurse, that's fine. If you're a woman and if you want to be a construction worker, that's fine too. Nothing should be able to stop you. but you have to realize that there are biological and physical differences and emotional, differences as well. So I don't think it's a question of equality money wise. It's a question of mentality and psychology,
I agree with you.
right?
Yes.
Okay, but nevertheless, men still rule the world,
That's
unfortunately.
true. They still have the power. That's true.
Yeah. And guess what? If women ruled the world, there would be peace.
I agree with you. I'm so happy you mentioned that because when you asked me that question, I was like, but I think men have it hard as well, but women we still have it harder too. We always had it hard. There was no a moment where women did not struggle. And I believe when women are together, they make powerful things.
Mhm.
Just put like a room full of successful women, something impactful is going to happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Having a family, maybe? Pursuing a
Yeah.
career? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, in 5 years, I already imagine myself having a successful career, not only in education, but also with my modeling and my project. And I want to make it internationally in pageantry as well. And I want to motivate others that go through the same path as me to keep pushing them. So I think if the woman I was 5 years ago has reached so much till now, I don't want to imagine the next woman in the next 5 years. I think a stronger version of myself is going to come because I think every year I'm growing and I'm just getting stronger. So I'm very curious about how the 30-year-old Cristina will be. But of course, I want to have a family, and this is one of my dreams.
How many
But
children do you want?
I don't know. I start with three. Now I'm thinking two, but two or three, two or three depends on the
Well, you
situation.
you could you could have twins or
Yeah,
triplets or
but
quadruplets.
I think they will be as beautiful
Yes.
because if they are Brazilian as well, they're gonna have three nationalities together.
There you go. And
Yeah.
they're all multilingual, correct?
Yeah, they are going to be blessed.
Wonderful. So, what brings you the most joy in life?
To see my family happy. As I said, I am a very family oriented person. So when my family is happy, I have joy in my heart. I feel happy. I feel in peace. When everyone is safe, I'm safe too.
That's wonderful. So, family is very, very important for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
it
like
is.
the foundation of your happiness. Christina, why do you want to be Miss Grand Netherlands 2025?
I want to become the future Miss Grand Netherlands 2025 because I have proof through hard work and determination that anything it can be possible, and every time a new door opens for me, I just prove that I use that chance to make it happen, you know which is I believe is a good quality to be a miscreant because you are just not going there to show a beautiful face. You also use your background, your intelligence, your knowledge. And I have a lot of diversity in me. I have studied 5 years. I have educational background. I have experienced a lot of things. And somehow when you go internationally, you meet people from all around the world. So I think that's a powerful key to go internationally because you have a better intercultural understanding, and also because I love to talk, I love to use my voice. And I think that with my knowledge and with my educational background and my experiences, I believe I can make an impact.
That's wonderful. Great answer. Woohoo! That's wonderful. Now, it's you know about the four B's of Miss Grand. Beauty, brains, body, and business. Do you think you're good in business?
I do. I am. Actually, my first business was in 2019 when we had COVID. I was still a student. So I I think I mentioned to you I used to live in England, in London,
Mhm.
and there I started to work as a freelance model.
Okay.
And in London, there are a lot of freelance agencies where you can model. So in 2019, I just decided to open my modeling agency, and I help a lot of girls to get bookings for shootings, music videos, commercials. Only that a year ago I stopped because I needed to focus on my studies.
Sure.
And I just finished now. Like I submitted my thesis work and I about to graduate, but I still have that like that business in me. And I mean, I opened the agency when I was just 19, 20 years old, and I manage all the invoices. I manage, I contact, I talk with managers, I send the models to the castings, I make sure they were safe because, of course, I had already the experience. And something that I realized is that a lot of owners from freelance agencies, they are mostly men. So I just decided to do it because people were keep asking me, "Oh, do you want to come to that shooting?" And I didn't have time. And then they were like, "Can you provide someone?" And I was like, "Well, I think because of the contacts, I can just create my own." And this is how I start. So I am a very business person, but I think this also comes from my Persian side. My father is also for me a very strong person because he went to Spain when he was also just 25 years old. He learned the language and he opened his business from scratch, you know. So he started with selling SIM cards in the streets
Mhm.
to opening his own shop, and now he works also with electricity. He goes to buildings and he make the buildings nicer. He put lights and all of this he taught himself. Like my father is someone that out of nothing he can make a business. He's always talking with people. Whenever he goes, people knows him, and I think I just learned these qualities from him. So yes, I think that again, if you open a door for me, I can make sure I use that door properly. Yes.
So you inherited your mother's physical beauty and emotional intelligence, but you inherited your father's business know-how, business savvy. That's a great balance. I like that. I
I
really,
think I'm just mixed. I have
you've got the best of both worlds, honey.
I have the best from them. Yes.
Good, good, good. Uh, we have my good friend Ralph is watching. Hi, Ralph. Good afternoon, Rafa and Cristina. Good luck at Miss Grand Netherlands. Thank you, Ralph. Yes. Wishing you good luck. Now, okay, we're done with these stupid questions. Let's play some games and have fun, okay? Let's
Yeah.
play our first game is called This or That. I'm gonna give you two things and you tell me what you prefer, okay?
Sorry,
Christina, singing
say again.
lessons, singing lessons or dance lessons?
Dance lessons.
No, you need singing lessons.
Oh wait, I need to choose something that I don't want.
No, this or that. Which do you prefer?
Um, I honestly prefer dance lessons than singing lessons.
Yeah, but you can't sing, so you need to learn how to sing, right?
But
You
yeah,
can already dance, so no, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
okay. I'm going to say singing lessons, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
We'll take singing lessons together, okay?
Okay.
Christina, ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Frozen yogurt.
Good. Christina, one piece swimsuit or bikini?
Bikini.
Do you have any pictures of you wearing a bikini on your Instagram? Let me take a look.
I don't
Did I
know.
see any?
I don't have pictures in bikini. No.
Not yet. Girl, what are you waiting for? In your next photo shoot, you need to have a couple of pictures of you wearing a bikini or at least a one piece. It is a requirement.
Okay, promise. Actually, I have a person that asked me for bikini pictures. I will post them soon. Promise.
Good, good, good. Christina, orange juice or grapefruit juice?
Orange juice.
A foot massage or a hand massage?
Foot massage.
Foot, yeah, me too. Christina, are you a dog person or are you a cat person?
I'm a dog person.
Dog. Do you have a dog right now?
Oh no, but I
Not
used
yet.
to have one, and we call him Pausa because he never stopped.
Okay. I love that one. Makeup or no makeup?
No makeup.
No makeup? All right. Game number two. Tell me your favorites. What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Iced tea.
Iced tea?
Yes, I love iced tea.
Now, do you put lemon?
Yes, usually when I'm outside, I like to add ice and lemon to my iced tea.
Okay. All right. What is your favorite wild animal?
I love the tiger.
Tiger?
Yes.
They're like
Yeah.
fierce. Christina, what is your favorite fashion accessory?
Earrings. I love
Earrings? Yeah,
big earrings.
I
Yeah.
love those earrings. I love beautiful earrings. Are they heavy? They look heavy.
No, they are not. They're very light,
They're
actually.
very light. Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, they're very, very pretty.
Yeah.
Now, what is your favorite flower?
My favorite flower, I love rose and tulips.
Those are good combination.
Mm,
Rose, rose. When I think of rose, I think of Spain because
yeah.
the red rose, and tulips, of course, Dutch. So
Yeah.
good combination. Now, what is your favorite spice?
Pepper.
Pepper. Well, because if you're Spanish, you have to be pepper.
Yeah, we need
Bro.
pepper and paprika, to be
Pap-
honest. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love paprika too. Love,
Yeah.
love paprika. What is your favorite color?
Red.
Velvet?
Red, red.
Oh, red. Like red. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta have red. Game number three. Would you rather know all the world's languages or speak with animals?
I would love to be able to speak all languages.
Okay. It's impossible because how many languages are there?
A lot.
All
But I mean, that would be amazing to be able to speak any language.
right. Would you rather live without the internet or live without air conditioning and heating?
I would love to live without internet. I think people will have more social life,
Social interaction? Yeah,
social interaction. Yeah.
I agree. Would you rather that your shirts be always two sizes too big or one size too small?
Well, I guess two sizes too big. I think oversized clothes they look good too.
I yes, totally. And you can do so many things with a large t-shirt, right?
Yeah, true.
Accessorize and everything. Good. Christina, would you rather take a vow of celibacy or take a vow of silence?
Silence.
Why? That's odd. I'm just kidding. Do you understand the question?
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
yes, I do.
So in other words, you cannot be happy if you're celibate. You have to be a non-celibate, correct? Do you understand?
Yes, I did understand. But I think,
I
I
was just
think,
testing you. Would you rather eat a box of dry spaghetti noodles or 2 cups of uncooked rice?
I think it's easier to eat not pasta than rice.
Then
I would,
rice
yeah, I think the pasta is easier because rice is
to
way too,
digest?
yeah.
I would think so, yeah. Yeah, and not only that, because rice, they're very small and you could choke.
Mm-hmm.
if it's not cooked because it's too hard.
Yeah.
Last one, Christina. Would you rather have dinner with Prince Harry or sing karaoke with Ariana Grande?
Honestly, I think it would be so fun to sing karaoke with Ariana Grande.
Well, that's why you need to take singing lessons so you can sing karaoke with.
Yeah, but I said to you before that I'm going to practice. So I'm going to be able to get at her level.
Exactly, exactly. Wonderful. Now, as far as your preparations for the competition goes, do you already have your evening gown ready?
Uh, I have all the catwalks ready,
All
but
right.
my dress is going to get picked up next week. So let's see.
Ooh. All
Yeah.
right. Can you give us some hints about your evening gown?
Mm, the thing is, I'm still deciding between three,
Oh, you haven't made up your mind yet. Okay.
but it's going to be very shine.
Okay. So it's something that would really reflect your personal style and your personality, right?
Yes, of course. It's
Good.
gonna be beautiful, that's for sure.
Now, I didn't notice, do you have any videos of you doing your catwalk? I
I have one, but I'm going to post another one soon.
okay.
If you go to my page, well, I have
I'm at your
some,
I'm at your page. I'm looking at the reels
yeah,
section.
there is one video with all the girls together.
Yes, that I see.
That's the only one I have, and also in my highlights, I have some. I'm going to
Oh,
post one
okay.
more soon.
Okay. I will definitely take a look. Now, I know there's no costume. What about your swimwear? Do you get to wear your personal choice of swimwear, or do they have their own sponsor?
We have our own sponsor, yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Now, as far as your shoes go, how high are the heels?
They are 15 centimeters.
Okay, how many inches is that? Like 6 inches maybe?
5 inches, 5 inches.
Okay, yeah, that's not too
Yeah,
bad. That's not
like
too
that.
bad. So you feel very comfortable now
They're
walking?
very comfortable. Yes, they are. I practice a lot.
Ex well, that's all you can do. If you want to join a pageant, you really have to learn how to walk. So you've never fallen, you've never
No, but
slipped.
for me, it was not hard to learn the catwalk. I think it's also something in my culture that you always wear heels whenever you go. So I'm used to it. And when I started walking, I was like, people were like, "Is this your first time joining? Because the position of your leg is so straight and so elegant. Like, how do you do it?" I was like, "Well, I used to go with heels like to any event with my family dancing in heels, I don't know, I'm just used to it. I love to wear heels whenever I go, so I think that's a plus.
I think yeah, I think legs look better if you're wearing heels.
Yes, of course,
Yeah, because
it's
of
more elegant. You can wear something elegant,
yeah. Hmm.
and then the outfit will be there.
Hmm. Wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking this opportunity to be interviewed. And
Mm-hmm.
I think you're very, very beautiful. And just knowing your very rich background, I think it's a big advantage
Thank you.
in life and also, for this competition. And now, before I let you go, do you have any message that you would like to tell your fans and your followers? Christina, please.
Yes, the first thing, it doesn't matter where you come from or how far you are from your home or your family. You have your family, your roots inside of you, and that you have the potential to make anything happen that you have in your mindset. So you only have to believe in yourself, and then things will come to you.
Beautiful message. Thank you. Listen, once this video is uploaded on my channel, I will tag you and so you can share it with your followers. And I'm also going to put your Instagram social account in the description box below so people can. So Critical Beauty viewers, please follow Cristina on her journey to Miss Grand Netherlands 2025, which is going to be June 15th. I believe it's in Amsterdam, correct? Is it going to be in
Yes.
Amsterdam? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somewhere close to Amsterdam. Yeah.
And I think it will be live streamed on
It
YouTube.
will.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can watch it. You can be there.
So, do you know what time will it start? Like, in the evening, I would think.
I think it will start at 2, actually. It's going to
Oh,
start at 2.
actually in
Yeah.
the afternoon, Dutch time.
Yeah.
All right. So people out there, please note in your calendar, Miss Grand Netherlands 2025 on June 15th, around 2 o'clock Dutch time, Amsterdam time. Okay, put in your map in your calendar. So listen, I can't thank you enough. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week and keep practicing. Keep being yourself, keep being authentic, never lose that shine and that beauty inside and outside because you are just spectacular. You have one of
Thank
the
you
most
so
beautiful
much.
faces. Yeah, you should definitely be a model. I cannot see you not being a model. Okay, Vogue, Cosmopolitan magazine, please put this girl on the cover of your magazine, okay? Right now.
Thank you so much. That's
All right.
so sweet.
Thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time of your busy schedule. And I will send you virtual kisses and virtual hugs, positive energy on your way. Woohoo! Good luck. Muy buena suerte, mi vida.
Muchas gracias.
De nada. All right. I'll talk to you soon. And people, have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon.
See
Bye.
you.